Okay, before I go into the watch list, let me just remind everybody tomorrow is Thursday on an August afternoon the week before Labor Day. So if you've traded any length of time at all, you know what that means. The volume is just decreasing, 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 and it's going to be dead. We still might be able to snake out a few trades though. We did it today. So just remember, it's a thinner market right now, and you want to cut your position size down and be more patient. A lot of people out there are over trading. I'm perfectly comfortable sitting in cash for 2 hours if I have to, till I find something that really lines up. So keep that in mind. HIMX just goes back on watch today. No trade in it today, but it goes back on watch for tomorrow. You had the little breakout here, and now you've got 3 days down. Look how narrow these days are getting. So this one is poised up over 820. This one could just start to rip back higher again. So I like that HIMX over that 820 area. I didn't mean to start with that one because my list, anyway, it doesn't really matter. WFM, big move today. So I just want to have this one on watch again tomorrow. There's not a lot in the way if it gets over today's high, or we might get some sort of intraday setup. But you had a nice push here, little flag, and then another big push, nice volume. So WFM Whole Foods needs to be on watch. TKMR. I talked about this in the video last night that I, ever since this crazy move back here, I just keep this one on watch. Switching to 5-minute candles, I'll show you what we did with it today, and this is an example of why we have it on watch. It put in an early high right over 1920, put in a lower high, kind of flagged, and then started to sneak up here. Volume started to come in. I turned on the projector and showed this to everybody, and actually it was up a little bit from this. It was about 1917. I said it's worth a nibble here, and especially bigger over 1920, with a worst case stop down here below the most recent low. And next thing you know, 1920, then we get the high of day break, and it went up another buck in about 10 or 15 minutes. We all, as far as I know, everyone who, I can't say the whole chat room got it, but everyone who got involved was very happy with that one. So TKMR, and it's still holding up very nice. As a matter of fact, after hours, it's at 21.35 right now, so there must have been news in after hours. But again, with the proper intraday setup, we will be trading that one again. CAMT, it's a thinner one, obviously. But you had this crazy move back here to $5, lower high. Briefly took that out right here, pulled back, and now a couple of green days. So I want to watch CAMT tomorrow. MOBI, again, kind of a thinner one again, but over 7 million shares, I don't know, about a week and a half ago. And it's been holding $8. It's getting close to the 8-day moving average, or the 8-day moving average is moving up to its price. So I like it. If it can hold above 8, this one might give a long trade tomorrow. All right. So MOBI, DGLY. Okay, psycho move from like $3 to 16. I think it needs to come in some more, but if this can come down to the 950 area where this 8-day moving averages are around 10, where it what used to be resistance back here, anywhere around this 8-day moving average, I'm going to be looking for a trade. This thing's crazy, so you got to be careful. I mean, I wouldn't have the guts to just like short it at the open because I think it's going to 950. I'm going to wait and then take a long in this one when I think it's turning. So, but this is an example of one that should be on your watch list every day for the next few weeks. INO, this one, I mean, if I didn't know about the insider buying, it might not be that interesting, but it's got massive insider buying in it lately. And so I want to watch this. It ran up close to 11 here. 11 area was an issue back here, and it pushed, but back down through it again here. But then you had this gap up to 14 plus, and then it came down, and now it's just kind of hovering below 11. So if this one can get up through 11, and if I switch to 60-minute candles, it probably looks prettier to you traders. You kind of see a little cup and handle here. So I do like it over these recent highs. When this does move, it can move pretty nicely. So keep your eyes on INO. Thought I had some others that are kind of interesting. TUBE, this one should be on watch a lot of days going forward too for the next couple of weeks. Called this one, I think, at 12:55 this morning with a 12:35 stop when it looked like this. So there's the trigger, held the stop, and went up over 14. A lot of people thanked me in that one, in chat for that one too. So I want to watch this one going forward. There's really no chart to go on. I mean, you're just up to new all-time highs because it's a new issue from back in July. But nice earnings today, and just want to keep your eyes on this one. Obviously, it looks like it needs to come in, but again, I say this in all my videos, it doesn't cost you anything to have that one on a chart. I almost hate to put this in a video, but I'm going to mention it anyway. USU, this thing gets these crazy moves, then a lower high, and then at almost an equal high here, and then a couple little pops recently. If you switch to 60-minute candles, this is kind of interesting. This big pop, lower high, and I loved it today if it could have broken its early high. Over 550, I thought you're going to start knocking down these catalysts, because this one, when it moves like crazy. So it didn't break the high, and so then it kind of rolled over at the end. But I think USU is another one that just deserves to be on a chart, because it might, it might give a setup and give you a crazy short squeeze move. So absolutely want to keep USU on watch. Again, it's a thinner stock, and so that's why I hesitate to put it in the video, because you really want to be careful trading this one. But with the proper setup, you can really, really make some money in it. So anyway, it's on watch, but it's certainly not my top priority. And we'll find other stuff to trade as well tomorrow. Just remember the environment, guys. Trade smaller until we get some volume back in September, all right? Have a good night.